was President Trump on trial a year ago. Think about 3 years ago. Think about the spring of 2022. We didn't have access to most social media. X and the Twitter thing was just finally popping up and finally happening. We were censored. We were muzzled. We were in the wilderness. And to march all the way back to the Oval Office is awe-inspiring, and it takes your breath away. It goes to show, despite all of the machinations of the unelected administrative state. And look at that contrast. We should tweet that out, guys. How a year ago you're in a courtroom, and a year later you're in the cabinet room. From the courtroom to the cabinet room. And they did everything they possibly could to stop that from happening. They try to humiliate him by making him sit there and read off all the charges and all the testimonies. They were trying to break the will of all of you, and yet they underestimated the strength and the durability and the anti-fragile element of this movement. The more pressure that was applied to all of you, the more pressure that was applied to us, the stronger we got. It is a very unique American phenomenon. You do not find this in most European countries. You do not find this in most places across the world. The goal was to demoralize us and to get us to give up. Instead, we rallied to greater heights than ever before. Where people are going to say, this is outrageous. You're going to try to put a political leader in prison because you're afraid that he'll beat you in an election. And it turns out all of their fears were warranted. It turns out they were right to do this in a sense. From politics, it was wrong morally. But if they could try to prevent him from running because they knew that the movement was coming, because they could not win you over. They could not win the debate. They could not win on the facts. They could not win on the merits. They had to use leg irons, handcuffs, shackles, courtrooms, and prison sentences. So it's not a straight line for President Trump to fulfill his mandate. There will be setbacks, injunctions, political and cultural brawls, but there's a big difference. Now we have the power. And a year ago, he was in a courtroom and Biden was chuckling, eating his ice cream, not really sure what was going on. And now we have President Trump in the Oval Office. Full steam ahead. And now the Democrats are in the wilderness.